Okay, and welcome back to Master Your Domain. We're still trying to master our domain. Our last show ended abruptly. 1, 2, 3. Abruptly. And so we got cut off. So, but we're back, and we were. This is the Master Your Domain show. This is a show that helps you uncover your passions, fire your boss, launch and promote and protect your brand, and basically sell your sizzle on the internet.
Nice. There's a brand.
Sell your sizzle.
Von Sizzle. What is
Von
it?
Sizzle. Actually, that is funny you mentioned that. That is my Yelp name.
Von Sizzle?
Yes, if you're looking for my Yelp reviews, which I like to eat out and go out and interface with the public and find, as I say, cozy places, great food, and exceptional service, check me out on Yelp. Von Sizzle.
Well, we're going
and a big pause in the studio.
We're going to, I guess what next show is, we're going to be talking about social media. We're going to be talking about Yelp and that kind of...
we're going to talk a little bit about, other shows we'll talk more about the individual platforms and what you can and can't do, some of the, what I call fine print lawyers, some of the fine print, and some of the marketing things, like how to market on YouTube and Pinterest, Facebook, those kinds of things that people want to know. And, like SlideShare and Scribd, a couple others. We'll talk later. I know. Stay tuned. It's interesting, I know. So, but anyway, this is Master Your Domain. This is a husband and wife podcast, and this is part 2 of our Building Your Brands, or Where Will Your Brand Be in 2014. And we were talking a little bit about Obamacare, and, probably some jobs are going to be lost there. Maybe not. I'm not an economist, and I don't pretend to predict the future, but I look at it this way. People need to be prepared for that day when they tap you on the shoulder and say, we don't need you anymore. And in fact, that's where you and I met.
Is there something you want to tell me?
Well...
I can't really tap you.
So yes, no, there's nothing I need to tell you. Life is great, and hopefully our show is great and business is great. But one of the things that's awesome about what we do, if we can pimp ourselves a little bit, is we live and work on our own terms. We get aside from having certain appointments that have to be kept and court calls, some of my litigation cases and state and federal court require court calls or court appearances. So aside from those sort of mandatory appearances, we pretty much live and work on our own terms. And I want to give us a quick little plug on our Twitter channel. Our Twitter channel for Master Your Domain is the
S&L Show.
Twitter.com/S&L Show. And I was looking at the letters S&L Show, and I said, that sounds like sandal, S-A-N-D-L, sandal.
Ah.
And I thought about it, and I go, really, that's actually interesting. We would have liked to get Master Your Domain, of course, for some great branding, but it wasn't available. It was one character too long for Twitter. Twitter's kind of picky on how many letters you use in your Twitter handle. So we got S&L Show. Best way to remember it is sandal, S-A-N-D-L. Live and work in your sandals.
And we do, for the most part.
Which is what we try to do. In fact, hold tight. You won't see this on the podcast, but here's my sandal. So it's got a guitar in the back. So anywho, that's what we try to do, and our show is about helping people live and work on their own terms. This topic is part 2 about building brands, and we were talking about naming brands. And we're going to run out of power here because I forgot to power my computer. So why don't you, if you can just go into the other room and grab the power outlet. These are the types of things, people, that happen in husband and wife podcast shows. Actually, you're not going to be able to get out the door. So
Yes, I am. I will improvise.
Okay. All right. So she'll be back. Frontline Lisi, everybody. And so these are the types of things that happen. We're new at podcasting, so we've been running a blog talk radio show for the last couple of years, and we've decided to upgrade and get some nice gear, some nice little flag mics, and we'll tell you about how to get all this gear at our Attorney Steve store. But Suffice it to say, we're new at this, we're having fun, and really what we're trying to do is share what we know, some of our life experiences with you, and help you perhaps fire your boss and build your brand. So, anywho, we're back and we're talking about brands. We finished off the last segment about naming companies that you can hire just to help you with a good name, a catchy name, a name that will keep you out of trademark conflicts. Our firm can help you with things like that. If you've been thinking to yourself, well, let's all watch while Frontline Lisi plugs in the computer, which is a very exciting thing here. So, if you're at home on the podcast and you say, well, I want to see this video, where is it? It sounds pretty funny. You can catch all our, thank you.
Yes.
You can catch all of our videos of the show at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/
SNL show.
No, she's stuck in Twitter land. No, it's youtube.com/ social media lawyer. That's social media lawyer. So tried to make that easy, but that's our YouTube channel, and if you want to watch the videos of what's actually going on, that's where you go. All our podcast shows, of course, are hosted on AttorneySteveShow.com. That's where you hear the show on podcast. So, if you want to download it, you're at the gym and you say, look, I just want to hear this. I mean, this is the kind of information I need, but I just don't have time for it. Download it, listen to it at the gym. So let's get back to naming and that sort of thing. As I mentioned, there's companies that will actually, you can pay them thousands of dollars to help them get you a good name. There's companies you can pay to do logo work for you, to come up with the killer logo. And one of the logo companies I like is called, I believe it's called Domain My Way, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's
yes.
Logo My Way.
Logo My Way. That's
Yeah,
right.
Logo My Way, which is awesome. You go there and you set a bid. You say, look, I'm willing to pay somebody $300, $400, whatever you want to pay, $250, and then you get designers competing,
very cool.
saying, look, I've got a better concept than them. Here, how about this? You want this? And then you rank 1, 2, and 3. Whatever you rank number 1, you buy. So if you look at the combination here of getting a good name and getting a good logo, and if you have products, even taking it so far as to get a good packaging and labeling, you can see how the branding is ultra important here, and that's really what builds the value.
Right. Well, you've got some guy in Germany that's doing a brand book for you.
Yeah, I have a new book coming out. It'll be out soon, and it's going to hit the ebook market. And it's basically Attorney Steve's guide to mastering the e-business universe.
Right.
And launching your brands and doing it and being aware of some of the legal issues that you could and probably will confront. And we'll talk about that on another show. I don't want to pimp all my products. There's not enough time in the day.
And let me tell you, you got a lot of products.
Yeah. So, anyway, so talking about names, for one example, our dentist, I can't help it because my mind's always racing as far as names and logos and
Branding.
And branding, yeah. I love to help people
Branding.
market and come up with ideas and working with business owners and those kinds of things. But I was talking to the dentist and I said, his name's Ken, and I guess we can say his last name, right?
Yeah,
So,
Lipinskis.
Yeah, Ken Lipinskis. And if you're looking for a dentist in Phoenix area, he's awesome. He's an awesome,
really good.
awesome guy. As little as pain as I've ever felt, and every now and then, just to goof with me, he tells me there's no cavities. So I know he's messing with me, and just going to get me on one day. But I was just talking to Ken. I said, hey, I got a good new name for you. How about this? I said, Dental Zen with Dr. Ken. And he did what you did. He started laughing, and I said, Ken, if you're laughing, it's a good sign. It means it's a good name because people are going to remember it. And he talked about how he goes to these network meetings, and he for whatever reason he goes, we're always working on coming up with a good catchy, pen name or logo or something. I said, Dental Zen with a Dr. Ken. So he loved it, and I go so far as promotional giveaways and. I forgot some of the things I told him that would be fun. But you know, so anyway, it's all unsolicited and it's fun and Ken's a great guy. So, but things like that. I mean, that's where we're at, coming up with products and services and names that are